You know what I'm saying? So I ain't trying to hear about the rain, the snow, nothing. What did the Eagles say? What did Jim Hart said? When it's rain and sleet and when it's snow, it's time to go. Remember that quote?
My nigga Tyler, turn up.
So I ain't trying to hear about the rain, the snow, nothing. What did the Eagles say? What did Jim Hart said? When it's rain and sleet and when it's snow, it's time to go. Remember that quote?
What is good, everybody? It's your man ec1 coming at you with a live stream. We supposed to have guests over here. We supposed to have Duke Bothers. We hired into. I don't know where they are. I don't know where they are right now. I'm hoping that they come, but if they don't, we might just do a call-in. It's unfortunate. I'm hoping that they are okay. I'm hoping they can make it because I would really want to talk some football, especially rivalry football, man. I don't know where my boy Way Hiding is. I don't know where my 301 says coming in 10 minutes. So hopefully we get a Cowboy fan here so we can talk some rivalry football. But yeah, man. Just to go over some things. It's an important game this Sunday. You should know about this. This is a rivalry game. And yeah, man. What's up? Before we get into everybody, let's get to the comments. Reaper Taylor on 92. What's up, dude? How you doing, man? Eagles Playbook Podcast. Yo, go Birds. You already know, man. Go Birds for sure. And like I said, dude, they were supposed to be here an hour ago. I don't know what happened to them. They were supposed to be here. I changed it to 8:30, so hopefully they come. But yeah, man, it's unfortunate that they're disorganized. It happens, man. I'm not worried about it. At the end of the day, I'm hoping they show up. You told me you get in 10 minutes, dude. All right, whatever. But yeah, so yeah, we will see what's going on there. If they don't come, we'll just drop the link and then I'll just let everybody else talk. We're going to just have a call in, and that's just it. I mean, it happens. Some people have plans that they unexpected happen, and you know, it is what it is. You just go forward to it. But yeah, man, I was looking forward to Cowboys-Eagles rivalry. We had it set up yesterday. I'm hoping 301 Cowboy joins, so at least we have some Cowboys and Eagles talk. But if it does, like I said, we'll drop the link. So let's give it 5 minutes. If by 5 minutes, 8:30, if they don't come around, then we'll just have a call in, and that's what we'll do, man. So stay tuned. If you want to call in and talk about the Eagles, you want to have a conversation. If you have time, if you don't, it is what it is, man. But like I said, man, this is an important game for the Eagles and the Cowboys. I feel like the Eagles got to win this game, and they got to run the ball. The Dallas Cowboys, if you look at this, let me pull this up real quick. And we'd love to show this to all these Cowboy content creators because, you know, they fail to realize that they are not good against the run. What I mean is, on my Instagram, definitely go follow it, but they are bad against the run, as you can see it. They are pulled up a little bit more. They are 370 yards, 392 yards per game, 74.0, 196.0 yards per rush, 3.2, 5.5 touchdowns allowed. They have 1 and 4. So yeah, their rush defense is terrible. It's not great. It's not the best. You know, you can run on this team. Their defense against the run is bad. And, you know, they talk like we can run the ball. And we have one of the best rushing attacks when it comes to running the ball. Especially when you have DeAndre Swift. You can run the ball on that team. That team is not stopping the run. And you can see the numbers. They're bad against the run. A lot of teams throw the ball on them. And that's why they create a lot of turnovers. You watch the Dallas Cowboys, they get turnovers because they throw the ball in the air. And if you can run the ball and you keep it balanced, you should be able to win this game this Sunday. I think the Eagles are going to win this game. I don't think it's going to be a problem with them running the ball. But yeah, man, I'm hoping that we win this game because, like I said, there's a lot of people talking crap about this team. They're saying that we're not this team. The Cowboys controversial talking. It's interesting, dude. But you know what I'm saying? It happens, bro. I'm not worried about it. So I'm hoping they join, man. I'm hoping that we get some Cowboys talk. But yeah, man. This is why we gotta be on the same page. It is what it is, man. What else? Oh yeah. I don't know if you saw this. I think it's interesting that this clown decided to post this. I posted this on my timeline. But take a look at this knucklehead.
Dak Prescott's 8-3 in his career against the Philadelphia Eagles. So you're right. So he's had great success against them. It is the game of the year in the NFC. And I'm all over the Dallas Cowboys going into Philly and beating the Eagles. I'll give you one better. Beating them handily. Whoa. I don't even think it's close. I think they blow the Eagles out.
I mean, that guy don't know what he's talking about. First of all, Dak Prescott, when he's played in Philadelphia, in a meaningless game, I mean, in a game that he needs, he's lost to. Think about it, right? 2019, he lost to practice squads for the division. Last year, week 6, he had a chance to come back. He was cleared to play, and he decided to sit out and go play against the Lions. For him to come back, he decided to play against the Lions. See, I'm telling you right now, this team is in for a rude awakening. Because if you don't think the Eagles are going to be ready, if you think that you're going to blow us out, you're nuts. You're nuts because we haven't got blown out yet. The Miami Dolphins were supposed to blow us out. And I'm just saying, you know, the Cowboys remind me of the Dolphins a lot. They got the high-scoring offense. All the defense is great, this and that. It don't mean nothing. When you play a physical football team like the Philadelphia Eagles, who can run the ball on you, who can keep it balanced on you, who, let's be real, when the defense has to play a real offense, they get up for it. I think this is the game Sean Desai goes back to pressing on receivers. Pressing on these weapons that Dak supposedly has. I think this offense is going to be prepared. I do think Jalen Hurts is going to come out, and I think he's going to do what he has to do to win the game. Jalen Hurts is all about winning. Jalen Hurts is going to win this game because simply he's about winning. This is an important game for the Philadelphia Eagles. If they win this game, they have one more game or 2 more games to clinch the number 1 seed. I'm not saying it's important to the Dallas Cowboys because it certainly is. But their quarterback struggles against physical teams. You saw that against the 49ers. They love bringing up the New York Jets. But everything had to go wrong for that team to lose. We missed a field goal. That doesn't happen usually. Jake Elliott makes those field goals. We get offside penalties. That don't happen usually. We're usually disciplined. False starts nonstop. Lane Johnson goes down. Jalen Hurts throws 3 picks. That don't happen usually. So everything had to go wrong for us to lose that game against the Jets. It wasn't like the Jets came out there and they looked really good against us. No. We shot ourselves in the foot. The 49ers blew out the Dallas Cowboys. They were singing Sexy Red as they were going to Pound Town on the Cowboys' ass, man. That's the difference between the Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys, man. The Dallas Cowboys, they want to beat up on these bad football teams, and the Rams are horrible. They're not a good football team. They're not a good football team. Don't sit there and say the Rams are a good football team. They're not. They're not a good football team. Matthew Stafford is hot and cold quarterback. You get either good Matthew Stafford or you'll get a bad Matthew Stafford. So the Cowboy fans want to run around here. Yeah, you blew up the Rams. Congratulations. You did what you had to do. But this Sunday is going to be a different atmosphere that you are not used to seeing. Because you're going to have to fight to win this game. You're not going to walk into Philadelphia and do what you have to do, what you want to do. That's not going to work against us. And you know, some Cowboy fans should learn from last year, because I remember week 6, they were talking all that shit about their defense, how they were going to stop Jalen Hurts, and Jalen Hurts can't run on his defense, blah, blah, blah. What happened? You got beat. You got embarrassed. Well, we had Cooper Rush. Well, y'all bragging about beating Minshew. The same shit that they say, we can say too. Y'all lost to teams that you shouldn't have lost to. Yeah, we lost to the Jets, but that's the only team we lost to. That's why we're 7-1, and y'all what? 5-2, 5-3, whatever the hell record you are. Because if you were so good, you would be with us right now and tied 7-1. So, you know, when I look at the Dallas Cowboys, they need the defense to turn over the football. The problem is they won't do that because they know Lane Johnson, that offensive line, ain't going to allow it to happen. If we run the football on them, they can't stop the run. That is the weakness. It's not the passing game that I'm worried about, that they have to stop. It's their running game they have to stop. They got to control DeAndre Swift. I think this is the game where you get a dose of DeAndre Swift. I really do. DeAndre Swift can run the ball. Give it to him. Give him the rock. Let him go crazy with the rushing yards. Keep the ball on the ground. It's probably going to be cold. I just walked outside at 5 a.m. to go to the gym. It was 30 fucking degrees out there. It was 30 degrees out there. You think the Dallas Cowboys are used to that 30 degrees temperature? Hell no. They're not used to that temperature. They're used to warm weather. They're used to LA Rams weather. They're used to the Dallas, Texas weather where it's hot and it's not cold, where you have to worry about buttoning up your jacket, and you got to zipper your jacket up so you can stay nice and cozy, and you have to wear a goddamn ski mask over your mouth so you don't get cold and get sick and have the pneumonia. They're not used to that temperature. They got to go outside and play in Philadelphia. They're not going in the dome. They don't play in Jerry World. They play in Philadelphia. It's cold in this bitch, man. This Sunday it's going to be cold. Trying to tell you, they're not used to that temperature. It's going to be a big part of why we win this game. The temperature. Everything is lining up for us to win this game. You got analysts talking about they're going to blow us out. You don't think the Eagles are going to feed on that? You got Micah Parsons opening his mouth, talking about he's going to have the fans take over our stadium. Like that would ever happen. You don't think the players are going to feed on to that? Dak Prescott talking about pouring honey on me. He's the same dude who has dildos with Zeke Elliott. Yeah, I'm not surprised this dude says the gayest shit ever. LGBTQ Dak Prescott. That's what his name is. He plays with dildos and he freaking says weird shit, man. Suspect shit. But that's cool, Dak Prescott. You can talk all you want. You just woke up a sleeping beast and you don't even know it. You woke up your death record. You woke up your death certificate. You woke up a giant that you should have never woken up. You woke up a beast, man. Dak Prescott want to talk about this defense? Okay, you think you're comfortable in Philadelphia? You are not going to like what's happening this Sunday. I'm going to like it. Eagle fans are going to like it. You're not going to like it, Dallas Cowboy fans. And you could thank one person. Your quarterback over there. He should have shut his mouth and realized it was a game. It's a rival. You don't run your mouth to opponents, especially when you play them. That's loser mentality. That's why the Eagles will go and win this game. And that's why I won't be surprised if we beat this team and we send them home with a horrible record after this Sunday. We'll give them questions that they never thought they would ever have talking about. No, I think the Eagles fans just woke Dak up. No, Dak Prescott's garbage, man. He's 2-4 in the playoffs. Have a seat. Dak Prescott is trash. The man has beaten nobody who has a 500 record right now this season. The 49ers went to Dak Prescott and they bullied him. He should have shut his mouth and realized, hey, I'm playing the Eagles. Jerry Jones knew better. So why did his quarterback know better? You don't do that to a rival, man. Look what Nick Sirianni when he said beat Dallas. What happened with that? When Kruger Hill opened his mouth, what happened with that? They lost because the team that they played knew them and they knew that they weren't that team. You don't say that to a rival. But it's cool. I hope Dak Prescott opened his mouth. I hope he's comfortable. Because he wasn't comfortable week 6 when he was eligible to play, and he decided to let Cooper Rush play instead because he was too scared to play against defense. He was eligible. He was cleared. He didn't want to play against that defense. He has nowhere to run this time. We got.
What's good?
What's good, dude? We supposed to have weird hiding and do, but I don't even know where the hell they are really, and I really don't care, man. They got to get themselves in order, dude. But like I said, man, what do you feel about this game, dude? How do you feel about this game?
Shit, I feel great about this game. Dak Prescott, he's been on the roll since the 49ers game.
Oh, sorry, my fault.
Y'all secondary looks suspect, so I think our offense is going to take advantage of that. And I think it's going to be a good one.
You said the secondary looks suspect?
Y'all secondary is suspect, bro. I saw y'all against Sam Howell and them boys, like, bro, you was dicing y'all up, bro.
But you want to know why I think that we played soft against Sam Howell? Because we thought he was a rookie. Because we know he's a rookie. We played soft against Sam Howell because we was a rookie. And let's be real, Washington plays us good. I don't know if you understand, but the Dolphins said the same thing. Okay, when the Jets beat us, they would talk about, we're going to blow you out. We're going to have Tyreek Hill run over y'all. It didn't happen. I would not be shocked if we play press on y'all this Sunday. I would not be shocked if Sean Desai lines up his corners and plays tight against your receivers because he knows how important this game is. I get it. Our secondary, I had issues with the secondary last week. You obviously brought Byron in. You had to get him acclimated into the system. You get Blankenship back that game. You got Sidney Brown playing. You know what I'm saying? You're still without your slack corner and what's the dude's name that we brought from the free agency? So it is. How did we them boys get a link, man? Get out of here, dude. Out of here, man. That dude weird, man. Yeah, I don't know how he got a link, dude. He just be talking crazy sometimes. I don't even want to hear him today. But like I said, man, the Philadelphia Eagles to me have a chance to clinch the number 1 seed, and this is why I think they have to win this game. We know that y'all are coming in. You're coming in hot. You're blowing teams out. You're doing what you have to do. Mm-hmm. And we know that the Dallas Cowboys are right now playing high football. But here's the thing, y'all talk about Dak Prescott's record versus the Eagles. But a lot of times when it came to Dak Prescott being winning the point games, he couldn't do it. He can't play against physical teams, especially guys like the 49ers he lost to, and guys like the Cardinals. Those games are important because if you win those two, you probably have the same record as us.
The Cardinals is trash though. Like, here's why we lost to the Cardinals because we wasn't prepared. Like, we was walking into the Cardinals game saying, "Oh, the Cardinals sweet. We gonna dog walk them." And
just like the Eagles, right? And that's my problem. I think you're walking in there thinking the Eagles are sweet.
I don't think y'all sweet. Like, I really
don't
think
you say that. I think your team thinks that.
I think the Cowboys ready for this game too.
Okay.
Like the Cowboys understand how important this game is. We beat y'all. We one game out of first place, right? And y'all got a tough schedule coming up, and we got an easy schedule till we play the Bills and the Dolphins, teams like that. So like if y'all like lose to the Chiefs and the boys, and the Cowboys keep stacking dubs, like the Cowboys will be in first place, and we could have home field advantage when it comes to playoffs.
You ain't gonna have home field.
The Cowboys they ain't overlooking anybody. Like they think this game is important, just like y'all think this game is important.
Y'all can't stop that running game, though. Y'all struggle with the running game. Y'all are bad against the running game, man. You have allowed. Hold on, I just posted this on my Instagram. I don't know if you saw it, but y'all bad against the running game. Let me pull it up real quick. For the Dallas Cowboys, you are. Crazy. Here we go. Okay, so the Dallas Cowboys, they're 375 wins, 2 losses, 392 yards per game, 74.0, 196.0, and two losses. So they're both in 2 losses, they have allowed 196.0 total. Okay, in 5 wins, they have allowed 74.0 yards per rush, 3.2 in 5 wins. In losses, they have allowed 5.5. 1 touchdown in a win, and they allowed 4 in the losses. So pretty much they bad against the running game. And you're playing against a guy like DeAndre Swift who can run the ball. You know what I'm saying? He's right now. If we feed him the rock, he's top 5. In my opinion, he's the best running back. And I don't care about Christian McCaffrey. I think this guy is neck to neck with Christian McCaffrey. When you watch him run the ball, he's physical. He bullies people when it comes to tackling him. And he's explosive. I don't know how you're going to stop this running game. That's if we run the football. Because, we love to use Kenny Gainwell. If we use Swift in this game and we acclimate Penny, or even if we use Swift, we can run the ball on y'all. And I don't think you could stop that. You respond.
Yeah, I see that. I mean, Our D-line do have problems. We can't stop the run for shit. But I don't think y'all gonna stop our passing game, bro. Because
why do you think that?
We won when y'all played the Patriots. The Patriots is ass. The Patriots are they probably tied for the worst team in the league. Y'all.
I mean, the Cardinals are ass and they beat y'all.
Was cooking y'all, right?
The Cardinals beat y'all too, and they were ass. The 49ers are ass right now. Look at them right now. And they beat y'all. They blew you out. They were playing Pound Town with Sexy Red in the background.
Well, who else y'all played after the Patriots?
Huh?
Shit, the Vikings was cooking y'all defense. Kirk Cousins and them boys was cooking y'all defense.
Y'all lost to the Cardinals.
The Bucks was for a little bit. They trash. I mean, y'all beat them, but they trash.
But we beat the Miami Dolphins. When are you all going to play Miami soon?
We don't play the Dolphins till Christmas Eve.
And that was the best team so far, and everybody was talking high about them. The same team that they talking high about y'all, we beat them, and you saw what we did to them. See, here's the point where I want you to understand, man. The Dallas Cowboys are getting so much hype this week, it's not even funny. I see a lot of them talk about Dak Prescott's 8-3 against the Eagles, all this stuff, and this is where I think the Eagles are going to take this and they're going to use this for ammo. When they talk about the Dallas Cowboys and they bring up Dak Prescott's 8-3 record, and when he can't do nothing in the playoffs, when he's literally every time, 2-4 when it comes to playoff wins, and he's never made it past the divisional round yet, there's a problem with that. Because they talk about this 8-3, like this knucklehead over here. Stupid. Talk about the cold weather. Cold weather does affect games, man. Because if you're in the cold and it's 30 fucking degrees out there, you dummy, what do you think the Cowboys are not used to? The Cowboys are not used to the cold. They used to warm weather in Texas. They're used to warm weather. You think you have an advantage in Philadelphia when it's cold? Or do you think you have a more advantage if you're at home in Jerry World where it's hot? But go ahead, be stupid on the comment section because you clearly don't know what you're talking about. A cold weather has important aspects to the game. Look at Chicago last year with the Eagles, man. The weather affected the Eagles' play. And the Bears looked good because of the cold weather, because they played into their game, because they allowed their opponent to not get used to the cold. So it affected them and it made the other team more adaptable. So, yeah, and Dak is 8-3 against bad quarterbacks, man. He played Nate Suffield. He played guys like, I'm going to be real, he played against bums. He played against bad secondaries, dude. Look at the secondary that we had when Dak Prescott supposed to have that record. And most of the time, that record didn't mean nothing. Because we were out of the playoffs or we were already clinching in the playoffs.
What about that Christmas Eve game?
You mean when Jalen Hurts didn't play?
He almost beat us with Gardner Minshew.
Gardner Minshew was trash. He had 3 fucking picks in the game.
Y'all still scored 34 points in that game.
What about week 6, though, man? The same defense you're hyping, the same defense you had last year. What about week 6?
We ain't had that.
We didn't have Jalen Hurts. So what are you talking about?
And it's like, what are you talking about? Like, then we even, right?
Dak Prescott was eligible to play. He chose not to. He decided to sit out and play against the Lions. He was eligible to play. He was cleared. Jalen Hurts wasn't cleared, but Jalen Hurts wanted to play. I'm just telling y'all that I think you're overreacting when it comes to your team. I think your team is good. I don't think your team is better than ours. I think that your team is going to struggle with it. I think this is what's going to happen in the game. We're going to run the ball on y'all. We're going to do what we did last year. Take Micah Parsons out the game. And once we take him out the game, y'all food. Because no one else on that defense scares me other than Bland. And really, I don't think we're going to go after him. I think we're going to go after Gilmore.
So the way y'all secondary has been playing lately, like you don't think the Cowboys offense can torch that Eagles defense?
You said what?
I said the way y'all secondary have been playing lately, like y'all talking about firing y'all defensive coordinator.
Who said that? Not me. I said my defense coordinator got to tighten up with the receivers. And I think this is the game he does that. When we have to play a physical football team, when we have to play a really good football team, we adjust to it. Look at the Dolphins, man. We got up and played for that. And look what happened. We made adjustments and we won the game because we did what we did is we pressed up on these receivers. I just don't think they took Sam Howell seriously. I think they take Dak seriously.
Well, Sam Howell torched y'all the first game though. So like, don't you think y'all will like learn from that?
Yeah.
So y'all like played him again and he torched y'all again.
We don't play him again. We swept him.
No, I'm talking about before the second time.
Look, I wasn't happy with the scheme. I'll give you my 100% honesty. I wasn't happy with the scheme. I was very disappointed in the defense. But at the same time, I don't think Dak Prescott's going to do what he did against the Rams. I don't think that's going to happen. I think that you're going to struggle because I think the Eagles are going to press on these receivers because Sean Asai is going to make an emphasis in taking CeeDee Lamb out the door, take him away from your offense, and make Dak Prescott have to look another way to try to throw the ball. And I just don't think when you add a Jalen Carter back on that defense, when you get Jordan Davis back on his defense, when you get Cam Jurgensen back this week, hopefully. We are hopefully getting Cam Jurgensen back. So if we get Cam Jurgensen back, we got a stable offensive line. We can do a lot more with our offense. I just don't think Dak Prescott's going to really do that much against the Eagles. I think this Eagles team's going to be really prepared. I think everybody, including the Eagles organization, has something to prove. If they win this game, they are going to clinch that number 1 seed, or they're going to be close to it.
In my opinion, the Cowboys have more to prove than y'all have more to prove.
Y'all had something to prove last year. You could have seen this in the NFC Championship game. Y'all lost to Brock Purdy.
We're not talking about last year. We're talking about this matchup that's going to happen on Sunday. Like y'all the number 1 team. Y'all the best team in the league. Woo woo. Everybody's picking the Eagles to win. Nobody thinks the Cowboys.
I just saw a bunch of analysts telling me that Dak Prescott was going to beat the Eagles. Like this knucklehead over here, man. I don't know if you saw this knucklehead talking about this right here.
Dak Prescott's 8-3 in his career against the Philadelphia Eagles. So you're right. So he's had great success against them. It is the game of the year in the NFC. And I'm all over the Dallas Cowboys going into Philly and beating the Eagles. I'll give you one better. Beating them handily. Whoa. I don't even think it's close. I think they blow the Eagles out.
I don't see us blowing y'all out now. I mean,
that's what the analysts say.
I see this like being y'all by like a touchdown or something. It's gonna be a good game.
I think it's gonna be a good team. I'm not saying we're gonna blow you out.
It's gonna be a shootout. It's gonna be a shootout for sure.
I'm not gonna say we blowing you out, but I think we're gonna win this game. I think it's gonna be a tight game. I think it's gonna be I think if your defense doesn't come prepared, I think it can get out of hand. I think if your defense does do something and we do something, I think it's gonna be a battle. But I'm just saying this, you better have double coverage on A.J. Brown. You better double cover A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown is going crazy with the numbers. He has more receiving yards than CeeDee Lamb. So, again, man, like, it would be more fun if we had a weird hide. I don't know where the hell he is, man. He should be here, dude.
Where the hell is Duke Balders?
I'm trying to figure that out, too, man. Because I want to hear their input, man. I'm not feeling good. Okay, so he's not going to make it now. Okay.
Yeah, but I'll say this. This game, like, whoever have the ball in the hand, whoever quarterback have the ball in their hands, like last, couple seconds, like in the fourth quarter, will win this game because, like you said, like our defensive line is struggling, and like I said, y'all secondary is struggling.
Michael D. That's why you're in the comments, dude. Okay, Dak Prescott doesn't get up for big games. He struggles with that. If he got up for big games, don't you think he would be in the NFC Championship game versus the Eagles last year? See, this is the problem with Cowboy fans, man. Y'all don't live in reality. That's the issue with y'all, man. Y'all look at the record, and you don't look at the fact that Dak Prescott doesn't win big games. 2019, he had a chance to win the division. He had all the weapons: Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup. Who else? What's the other dude? Zeke Elliott, Tony Pollard, and they fell through. They fell through. They didn't win the game against Carson Wentz and backups. That's all you got to know about Dak Prescott. He doesn't win big games. He struggles against them. The 49ers this year, you had a chance to win against a good football team. Y'all got your back blown out, man. Dak Prescott looked like garbage. I don't know if you saw this, but I thought this was funny.
I know what your problem is. You do? You're just like me. Trash.
Oh, we got Dude Bothers, man. What's up, dude?
Ladies and gentlemen, the great Dude Bothers has arrived. What's going on, everybody? First of all, before we begin our discourse, I would like to say a massive shout out to your new 2023 World Series champion Texas Rangers. That's what's up. How y'all guys doing tonight? Cheers.
Man, I'm doing good. Where Hiding couldn't make it. He's sick, man. So it's just
feeling better, man. I just got a message for him, man. Hope he gets feeling better.
Yeah, I thought he was dodging me. I thought you were dodging me too.
No, man, he told me 8:00, so I'm like, wait a minute, it's only 7 right now. I gotta get ready. So.
Oh, you in a different okay, you in a different I'm so used to the East Coast, man.
I'm in the Centrals. I'm an hour.
Hey, but what do you think about this game coming up, man? We already heard from 301 Cowboy. Let's get into it, man. We got most of the crew here except where you hiding. Hey, look, man. 2 against 1. Hey, I'm okay with that. What do you think about this game? What is your thoughts about this game this Sunday, 4:25, Eagles versus Cowboys rivalry? Talk to me.
Honestly, I'll put it this way, man. The way that these teams have been playing, I don't think that we are going to be able to sit up here and accurately predict what's going to happen. I think it's going to be a wild game. The Cowboys, every game we've played, with the exception of the Chargers game, has been a blowout. We've either won in a blowout or lost in a blowout. The Eagles, on the other hand, they win a lot of close games. They have a few blowouts as well. If they're on their A game, listen, when y'all, I think you went to SoFi and beat the Rams. I was impressed by that win from you guys. You look good. And I didn't think there was any way in the world you were going to beat Miami. with their offense, but you did. So the Eagles are a dangerous team. The Cowboys, if we're on like we were last Sunday, we're dangerous too. But our problem is discipline. Our problem is coaching. And our problem is no running offense. So we've got issues too. At the end of the day, I think the Cowboys are probably going to win. But if we don't, I wouldn't be surprised. I'll be honest with you. It really could go either way, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, hold up. Yeah, I mean, I like I said, I think they're a good team. I just think this Eagles team, man, they're hungry. They're hungry. They want something to prove. And this Sunday, I mean, I just think this Eagles team is going to go out there. I think they're going to show it. You know, I think the way they play, when you hear from the veterans like Kevin Byard and all these guys, they talk about it's not good enough, that they gave up a lot of points to the Commanders. Even though we won the game, I felt like that we have to put our best foot forward, and this is the game to do it. You know, this is a rivalry match, and you got to go out there. You got to beat this team, and you got to take what's yours, and that is this division, right? You got to win this division, so you can get to the playoffs and get the number 1 seed. Because if everybody has to come to Philadelphia, it's going to be hard to not go to the Super Bowl, right? So, you know, this is a game right here. You know, the Cowboys got also something to prove too. I mean, y'all need this game too because you want to eventually catch up to the Eagles, right? And if you win this game, well, what do you be? 3 games behind the Eagles now? So, yeah, I mean, it would be an important game for y'all too. Let me ask you a question. How do you feel about what Dak Prescott said against the Eagles post-game? Do you think that people take it out of context what he said? Or do you feel like that he's pumping his chest like the Eagles are not a threat to him?
I think, honestly, that Dak, well, that was post-game, so I can't say that. He probably was doing a little chest pumping right there. And if I'm Dak in that scenario where his mind was, I think it's kind of dumb to do that. Dak is usually not that kind of guy. I mean, he doesn't typically do things like that, but he knows it's a rivalry. And I could really dig into this and really like lay out some Cowboys players for this. Matter of fact, you know, I'm going to do that. If that's okay, I'm going to do that real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
What I really think happened, okay, is that Micah Parsons gets on his podcast and talks about how great of a team the Eagles are and how they have the best, most complete roster and this and that. And he completely forgot that he's wearing the star on his helmet. You don't see me with a Micah Parsons jersey. This is Sean Lee, by the way. So Dak Prescott comes on and says, listen, I got to rally the troops a little bit. Like, these guys got to know this is war. This is not, oh, ho, hum, let's trade jerseys after the game. We're best friends. I don't freaking think so, bro. Go back to Bounty Gate. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is war. Go back to Michael Irvin. This is war. You don't be sitting there talking about the other team. I don't see no Eagles players coming out saying, oh, the Cowboys defense is so good. Nah, man. Y'all hate us. So I think Dak in the moment is saying, man, I got to give these guys some kind of fuel to let them know what the stage is. This ain't no blue player, red player stage. This is like evil versus good. Whichever one you think is good versus evil, it don't matter. But I mean, this is war we're going on right here. So I think Dak's trying to get him back in the right headspace. I think that's what he's doing.
Yeah, he's telling them to pour honey on him, you know. And I'm just going to say this. I feel like the Philadelphia Eagles, you know, I feel like anytime you say anything about a rival, you know, he might have not meant it disrespectfully, but you know, the Eagles actually take everything seriously. And you know, his comments to me was, you know, I'm comfortable going to this game. That I think that Eagles team ain't that team, and that's how I look at it, right? Because if I'm Dak Prescott, I'm 8-3 against y'all. I'm not worried about y'all. But I feel like this defense is going to look at it like, oh, you think that? And then you got Michael Parsons talk about the Cowboy fans come to the Eagles and take over the stadium, stuff like that. I think that gives the Eagles bulletin material. I do. I think that gives us bulletin material. And I think Nick Sani and this coach staff is going to want it more. How do you feel about this Russian defense, man? Because like I said, I told 301 Cowboy, y'all bet against the run defense. Do you think that they're going to emphasize on stopping the run? Because they need to stop the Eagles thing. We do run the ball. You got DeAndre Swift, man. How do you feel about this run defense? Do you think that needs to be improved, or do you feel like it's just fine?
Are you referring to the Cowboys run defense?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Cowboys run defense is the liability of our defense, no doubt. When we give up big plays, it's in the run game. Now, we brought in Mozzie. We think, first round draft pick, Mozzie Smith's going to stop the gap. I haven't seen the dude. I completely forgot he played for this team. He has not. He's filled a gap or two, yeah, but he hasn't been a first round impact. So when you've got guys running that way, they're getting big gains. And what the problem is, and I may bounce this question back at you because I'm not really familiar with your offense as much as I should be, but I've noticed that we're okay. We're not great, but we're okay with just straight down the middle runs. But when you take the ball to the outside and you get past the first wave, Van Der Esch ain't catching you. You know what I mean? I mean, Mike is on the edge. He ain't going to turn around and catch you. So is that what your team does? Do you do more edge side-to-side rushing, or do you go straight down the gut? That's my question to you.
Yeah, I mean, with DeAndre Swift, I mean, he's one thing about him is when we run the ball with him, he's able to hit holes. And that's something that Miles Sanders didn't do last year. He hits holes. The question is, I feel like we got to give him more of the ball because we do put Kenny Gainwell out there, and I don't like Kenny Gainwell with a passion. I don't like him. I wanted him traded. I'm surprised he's still here. But, yeah, DeAndre Swift, I mean, one thing about him, he hits holes, and he makes cuts that you never thought. I mean, against the Dolphins, he made some cuts that there was nothing there, and he found a way to make a hole for himself and just get the first down. I mean, so, I feel like DeAndre Swift can find holes that are not there and just plug it in. But, yeah, I mean, we do a lot of we run this way, we run that way. We do a lot of that stuff. I feel like we also got to be more creative with the runs. I feel like Brian Johnson sometimes stale with his play calling. And, yeah, I mean, we do a little bit of everything. But
well, when you go side to side, that's what really kills us when you go side to side. We're actually not – we give up 4.1 yards a carry rush defense, which if you're running for 4 yards every play, you're going to move the ball down the field. The Eagles have the best rush defense in the league, in my opinion.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
But you're giving up 3.8 yards a carry, which isn't that much less. So if you flip it, I think that question tells me that you have knowledge of the game, because if the Eagles are going to win this game, it's going to be in the run game on both sides. Not only are you going to run the ball, chew up clock, but Tony Pollard hasn't broken out like we thought he would. And the way your rush defense is with your young linebacking core, if y'all shut him down early in your building, it's going to be one-dimensional for us. So you're going to win the game in the run game if you win it, in my opinion.
So, and I'll say the same thing about 301 Cowboy. I think we talked about this earlier. How do you feel about your run defense?
Yeah, the run defense, again, we have playmakers, but a lot of them are either on the defensive end position or up the middle, like Hankins, for example. So get past the first wave, you're going to get 4 or 5 yards. And if you do that, also, in addition to the run game, the other thing that I am not worried about, but what I'll be watching out for is what Dallas Goedert does. We haven't been able to guard tight ends at all. And you guys have a tight end that can catch the ball. So how are we going to defend that when you got two receivers that are dynamic and a running game to stop? You know what I mean? That's a lot to deal with. But having said all of that, I will say this, that I've been here before. I've looked at your team and said, okay, you've got all these weapons. How are we going to stop them? And Dan Quinn finds a way. We've won 4 of the last 5 games. Our defense shows up. And when they show up, they're unstoppable. So if you're going to win, you've got to run. If you start throwing the ball, Deron Bland is making a name for himself, and so is Gilmore. You're going to have to run the ball to beat us,
now,
in my opinion.
How do you feel also about him going against A.J. Brown? Do you feel like that's a good matchup, or would you put Gilmore on A.J. Brown? Because A.J. Brown's turning it up. Like I said, he's doing a hell of a job. I mean, he's making one-hand catches. He made Emmanuel Forbes look like a rookie again yesterday. I think they're going to bench him for the rest of the season. I mean, that's how bad he I don't think Emmanuel Forbes is bad. I just think A.J. Brown is just that damn good. But how do you feel about Forbes, man?
He is good.
I hear a lot of things. I think Forbes and A.J. Brown is going to be something everybody's going to want to watch. How do you feel about that matchup?
You put anybody you put on Brown, you're going to need a safety. And our corners are taught. Now, this is the difference between the Dan Quinn Dallas Cowboys and the Scott Linehan Dallas Cowboys. Okay, before Dan Quinn came, Our defensive coordinator was Scott Linehan. We had the worst Cowboys defense I've ever seen in my life. We were trash. And the corners would run next to the receivers, wait for them to catch the ball, and then tackle them. That was our defense. Let him catch the ball and tackle. There was never any turning around looking for the ball. There wasn't any reading the quarterback's eyes. It was straight up, let him catch it, tackle him. But now Dan Quinn comes in, and Trayvon Diggs leads the league in interceptions. I think this is his rookie year or second year. And now you've got Deron Bland with 3 of 4 interceptions being pick sixes. The corners are being taught to jump routes. They're being taught to turn around, read the quarterback's eyes, and go get the football. So if you're taught that as a corner, you're going to need safety help with a guy like A.J. Brown, because if you shoot that and try to make that pick and it doesn't happen and Brown gets it, he's going to the house every single time. So without safety help, you're screwed. Having said that, and that's another question I have for you is I don't know the status of Jalen Hurts, if he's injured, if he's healthy. I've not heard anything.
He's fine.
He's fine. Okay.
So yeah, they asked him yesterday, and he walked off. He went and just walked off. So I mean, he's fine. The thing about Jalen Hurts is he's having a good season. I can pull up these numbers, but let me find it real quick. I saw this and I thought it was interesting. I think I showed this to 3-1 Calvin because I was messaging him because he was talking spicy to me yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Jalen Hurts right now is 319 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, and he has a 135.7 passing rating. Every time he's been down, he's able to come up in clutch moments. I think there was a stat where he's for the last 6 games, he's came back from a two score deficit. When he was down by 2, he was able to come and win the game in clutch moments. Let me ask you a question. If your defense can't turn over the ball, because we know your defense has to turn over the ball. If your defense can't make all turnovers, and let's say the Eagles do what they did last year, they take Micah Parsons out the game. Lane Johnson shuts him down. Do you think Dak Prescott, with this offensive line, do you think that Dak Prescott can come back from a 3-deficit lead? Like, say, if it's 28-14, Dak Prescott needs to come through in the clutch moments. Do you think he can do that?
That's kind of a loaded question. Yes, I do believe he can. But there are lots of things to factor into that question. First of all, the health of Tyron Smith. He's going to have to be able to have time to throw the football. And our offensive line's been banged up. I believe Tyron's going to play. I believe Adoga's going to play. We did sign someone else a couple days ago to kind of be depth for us. But if he has time, he's got weapons for sure to do that. And it's going to be about the timing of the offense and the defense getting off the field. If he doesn't have time to throw the football, not only per play, but per possession, if he doesn't have time to do that, he's not going to do it. So that's not just on Dak, it's on the defense too, to give him time to throw the football. But if he's got it, yeah, I think he can. Everybody wants to say that the Eagles are the big bad Eagles with an amazing defense. Your defense is great. You have a fantastic defense. I don't want to take anything away. Your front seven's awesome. It's the best in the league. You just gave up 400 passing yards and 4 touchdowns to the Redskins. Mm-hmm. Dak Prescott is going to carve you if you play defense.
That's exactly what I told him, bro.
And I said this about 3-1 Cal. I said this 3-1 Cal. I think our defense took Sam Howell lightly. I don't think he's going to take y'all lightly. And I think this is where we play press again. Look at the Dolphins. They thought the same thing. And when we play against a good football team, we start playing press. We adjust quickly. And you saw we adjusted to Tua. He held Tyreek Hill to 88 yards? I think it was something crazy like that, where we held him to less yards than used to have it. I feel like this is the game we do press up on CeeDee Lamb. If you take CeeDee out the equation for your offense, do you think Dak Prescott can win without CeeDee Lamb? If you can't get CeeDee Lamb going, do you see Brandon Cooks? Do you see Michael Gallup? Do you see these guys stepping up? Is you take CeeDee Lamb out the equation?
Oh yeah. Every one of the receivers you mentioned have their own attributes that make that possible. For example, Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks, still at his age, has lightning speed. He's not Tyreek Hill, but he's the fastest player on the offense. And what we're doing now, which was so much better than what we've done all season long, what made us different last week was Dak Prescott is checking down all of these stupid play calls we're getting. Like, we're getting run, pass, run, pass, run, pass. Dak goes to the line. Dak, when he reads a defense, is one of the best pre-snap quarterbacks in the league, and he has been his entire career. So he's going to read your defense and say, cool, safety's up high. Let's go to Cooks. He's going to bring in – I saw Kevontae Turpin on offense last week, and he was getting first downs. We have so many weapons that if CD gets shut down, the way you're going to shut CD Lamb down is to double him and maybe triple him. You're not going to single him to shut him down. So that's going to take away from other aspects of the defense. Again, you might be able to get away with that with Pollard. Maybe throw a linebacker can cover CD, but you're going to have to give away some other part of your defense to help cover CD. And if you do that, Dak's going to see that in his progressions when he checks the line and say, okay, cool. Let's get Brandon Cooks for it. Let's get Gallup for it. He can still catch. Now you've got an advantage with tight ends. Our tight ends have not been. I don't think we got maybe 2 tight end receptions.
You giving a lot of yards to tight ends, and that's another thing. We got Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert. I think this is the game where he goes off. You were bad against tight ends, and I think this is where we could see Dallas Goedert getting, covering up your defense, man.
We could.
But here's the thing about CeeDee Lamb, man. I don't think we double cover CeeDee Lamb. I think we're just going to put a best corner on him. I think that we let Slay just follow CeeDee Lamb around and press up on him. Here's the thing we don't understand. Against the Commanders, we played 15 yards off the ball. We play press on these receivers. CeeDee Lamb can't do anything. We would shut that down immediately. And I'm not really scared of Brandon Cooks. I'm not. I don't think Brandon Cooks is more of a threat than CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb is that one guy where he can quick sink. The other guys got to develop their routes. It took a while for them to get open. I feel like CeeDee Lamb is that dude that you have to get going. If you don't get him going, I think Dak struggles. I think he struggles.
If you pair that with a bad run game, I agree. But again, if you're stopping CeeDee Lamb, it's going to take maybe 3 guys to do it. CD is that good. He has been phenomenal. So if you do that, that opens up other avenues for other players to make plays. And the big thing in Dallas has been this whole season, look at all these weapons we have, and yet we're not lighting up defenses like we should be. Well, when you give up that much attention to CD, that ends up happening. That's why the Rams didn't do that. They said, okay, let's cover all of them, and CeeDee Lamb went nuts. I mean, you've got to find a way to stop CD without making half your defense do it. You know what I mean?
I think Slay's going to cover him. I think Slay's going to cover him. I think Cooks is going to be on Bricks. I think Bricks is going to be on Cooks. And I think that Gallup is going to be on Bradbury. I think that's what's going to happen. I think if we press up on these receivers, I don't think CeeDee Lamb's going to do anything. I think CeeDee Lamb's playing good. I just don't think he's an A.J. Brown. I don't think he's a Tyreek Hill. I think if you can press up on CeeDee Lamb and you make Dak Prescott rethink, and plus, now that you got to understand, this defense is going to go at Dak Prescott. I would not be surprised we send blitz at Dak Prescott. We like blitz. We're doing a little bit more of this year. I think Deshaun Desai is starting to adjust more, where he might send more of a blitz this time. Like Gannon last year didn't do that. This defense coordinator, he blitzes a little bit more than Gannon does. So, you might see Nakobe Dean come to the line, or they decide to, looks like it's going to be blitz, and then Dak Prescott might think it's blitz, and then they pull back, and, that can lead some interceptions. One thing about Dak Prescott is if you get pressure in his face, he's going to turn over the ball, and that's what you also see. When you take away his number one weapon and you make Dak Prescott panic in the pocket because there's no time in the pocket, because you're getting pressure on him. Jalen Carter in his face, he's supposed to be playing this week. You got Jordan Davis. I think he's going to be playing this week. I think this defense gets at Dak Prescott. I think that they make emphasis on taking CeeDee Lamb away and daring them to beat them with Cooks and Gallup and all these guys, man. And I think if Dak Prescott don't get the running game going on, I don't think you win this game. And I can see where it can get out of hand.
I like where your head is. I like how you put that together. I like where your head is. And the only issue I have with all of that is that statistically, Dak Prescott is phenomenal against the blitz. He does not turn the ball over against the blitz. He gets into the pocket. He rolls from side to side. He creates plays with his legs. He finds open receivers where there shouldn't be open receivers and extends drives and extends downs. So if you're going to blitz Dak, you better get to him quick, because if you don't, that's a recipe for disaster. And that's what has lit defenses up, is when Dak sees blitzes and adjusts mid-play. That's one of his massive strengths. And a lot of the interceptions we're seeing him throw this year are not like the ones we saw last year, where he's throwing into triple coverage or throwing the ball where there's nobody but another team's player. I mean, he's getting tip passes at the line. He's getting hit, So I think that if you're going to blitz him, it better be effective, and it better be effective early, because if not, he's going to light you up. Now, the same thing can be said about Jalen Hurts too, to be honest. Yeah. But sure. I mean, we both have good quarterbacks.
Well, I mean Jalen Hurts is good against the blitz. You do know that, right? Jalen Hurts is phenomenal against the blitz. Like when he gets blitzed, he got blitzed by the Commanders, and the Commanders were blitzing him nonstop and pressuring him, and he was able to rip them apart. So I mean, you can blitz him. You ain't gonna like the result. I mean, I don't think Dak Prescott is going to be able to handle that defense. I feel like this is the game where I think he folds in this game. I'm gonna be honest. I think Dak Prescott's gonna struggle in this game. I think this is he also struggles in big games. This is a big game for Dak Prescott. This is a big game for him. If he doesn't win this game, then what is it going to say about him? As a quarterback, if he goes out there and he throws 2 picks in the first quarter, or he throws picks in the early second, do you have questions for Dak Prescott then? Are you going to be, is it going to be Dak Prescott didn't play better? Because I know you're going to admit when your team is bad. That's one thing. That's why I have you on my channel, and I don't have the other Cowboys controversies on my channel, because you're realistic. 3-1 Cowboys are realistic. They ain't going to sit there and they ain't going to, be delusional. But do you feel like Dak Prescott, this is the game that this is so important for him that you feel like he got to play at his best this game?
I think he has to play at his best every game, because our offense, it lives and dies by the way Dak Prescott plays football. And we saw that last week. When he is on, he's unstoppable. We put up 40s. We put up 30s. We put up a lot of points this year when Dak is on. When he's not on, we see what happened against San Francisco. This offense rides or dies with Dak Prescott. So I think every game is a game where he has to be good. And fortunately, he's been getting progressively better as the season's gone on. He's had 1 or 2 games, but overall, he's been pretty good. And what we did this offseason was we looked at the tape and said, okay, not only were we bad throwing interceptions, but he also had a lot of drop passes that could have extended a lot of drives. Noah Brown dropped so many passes last year. It was ridiculous. So let's get rid of him. Let's bring in Brandon Cooks. Somebody's got some hands. Let's bring in Brandon Cooks. So now you're seeing his completion percentage, which is higher than Jalen Hurts' by the way. You're seeing his completion percentage go up. Because
did you say his completions were higher than Jalen Hurts?
His percentage is. According to NFL.com, it is.
I mean, Dak Prescott has hold up. Let me look it up. I'll post this up, but I wanted to show you this because I wanted to compare CeeDee Lamb's. But hold on. Let me pull up Dak Prescott stats, because when Cowboys sent it to me, Dak Prescott has Jalen Hurts is 319. Dak Prescott has just don't tell me nothing. Hold up. Yeah, you might be right, but yeah, I mean if Dak Prescott's higher, then we got to do something about it. But I thought Jalen Hurts had a higher percentage. I thought he did.
No, Dak's got him actually. Cooper Rush has him too, but no, Dak's got him. Dak and Cooper Rush both have higher completion percentages than Jalen Hurts does, and it's because we got receivers that can catch. That's the difference. Dak has always been that guy. It's just a matter of when I throw the ball, who's going to catch it. CeeDee Lamb had an issue with drops a couple years ago, but he's gotten better at that. So we're able to extend drives, move the ball, and that's why the offense works. It's not because of Pollard running for 10 yards a carry, because he doesn't do that, but it's because the offense moves through Dak Prescott. So to answer your question, yes, I think Dak has to be on, but I don't think that that's just this game. I think that's every week. And to be honest with you, in 2023, I think that if you asked any team that question, they would all say the same thing. Yes, my quarterback has to be good today. He has to be good every game. That's just that's how it works. And you would probably say the same thing, I would imagine, if I were to flip that to you and say, do you think Jalen Hurts needs to be like the game of his life?
Oh, I know Jalen's going to have a great game. I mean, I know Jalen's going to have a great game. I think Jalen's going to have his best game this year. I think Jalen Hurts is going to keep the ball. He's going to protect the ball. He's going to make sure that he don't fumble the ball. I feel like he's going to take what the defense gives him. And I feel like this. I think Lane Johnson's going to shut down Michael Parsons. I think Micah Parsons is going to get shut down again. Lane Johnson's never led up a sack against Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons got something to prove too. Micah Parsons has not sacked Jalen Hurts yet, I don't think, without Lane Johnson in the game. So do you think that Lane Johnson and Micah Parsons, do you feel like Micah Parsons is going to get past Lane Johnson?
That's a good question. The way that you're going to scheme him, you're going to run right at him. That's the most effective way to neutralize him. Now, I don't know the answer to how you counter that as the Cowboys defense if you're just moving him around, which is probably what you do, especially with all the injuries we have to linebacker. You're probably going to see Micah moving around a lot in this game. So to answer your question, one-on-one, Micah's going to get some wins. He's not going to win them all. So one-on-one, it's 50-50. But he's going to move around. He's going to cause a little bit of havoc. Now, that might end up putting Lane Johnson, I don't know, hypothetically. I'm not looking at the offensive defensive lines, but hypothetically, you put Lane Johnson on DeMarcus Lawrence. DeMarcus Lawrence is our best run stopper, not Micah Parsons. So if Micah Parsons is getting Lane Johnson on him, DeMarcus Lawrence has a chance. You know what I mean? So we have so many different ways that we can neutralize the run now, and I think we'll be effective doing it regardless of what Micah does.
Who is this guy right here? WWE guy is here. Who is this guy?
You're looking at
you know him? Did anybody send him the link?
Oh, CD and AJ.
Is that him?
Mm-hmm.
You sent him the link?
Oh no, I didn't send anybody a link. The only person I sent the link to was Hayden.
Okay, so how people get
easy one?
Huh?
I was having trouble getting to your stream, so I dropped the link in your chat, and that's how I got in.
That's why people are coming in. All right.
Yeah, my bad.
Dude, right now we're not dropping a link for anybody, man. So it's just me and Duke Ballers, man. So, you know, unless you're an Eagle fan, man. Yeah. I sent you the link on Instagram, but yeah, I mean, look at the stats.
It was tweaking, so I just did it in the chat so I can.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. People just keep on pressing up on it, so I'm thinking it's someone else. So look at these stats right here. I don't know if we can pull it out real quick, but so if you look at these stats, 46 catches for 40 yards catches for AJ Brown, 633 reception yards for CeeDee Lamb, 700 receptions for AJ Brown, 3 TDs, 5 TDs for AJ Brown. So when you look at that, how do you think DaRon Bland versus AJ Brown is going to do? Because you got to stop AJ Brown. And if you don't, and you also got to understand, Devontae Smith is on his team. You know, if you try to take away AJ Brown, I mean, you can say the same thing. If you take away CeeDee Lamb, yeah, you have other options. But here's the thing: you got Devontae Smith, you got Dallas Goedert, you got Julio Jones. You got some good players on his Eagles team that, you know. And I feel like if you don't take away AJ Brown, I think it's going to be a long game for you. How do you feel like DaRon Bland is going to stop this? Because he's on a tear right now.
Oh yeah, he is. First, I would say that that graphic is not accurate. that's an inaccurate graphic.
It's not.
AJ Brown actually has 60 receptions to CeeDee Lamb's 46, and that's AJ Brown has 60 receptions on 89 targets. I'm sorry, 83 targets. So you target him 100 times, he'll catch 75 of them. He's got about a 75% receive rate. CeeDee Lamb has 46 receptions on 56 targets, which means you throw the ball to CeeDee, he's going to catch it, and he's going to make something happen with it. So I think DaRon Bland maybe – I've not, again, looked at your schedule. I don't follow your team like I follow mine. So I don't know what corners you faced. But Bland is sneaky. And, again, if Bland is jumping routes – you're going to target A.J. Brown, and he may not make that reception. That statistically happens 3/4 of the time when you throw him the football anyway, and that's against corners that may not be as good as Bland. So I'm not worried about A.J. Brown against our secondary. That's one of the strengths of our defense, to be honest with you.
So when you look at this, Jalen Hurts is 109/115, 12 votes. I mean, this is his yardage, and you know, when you look at Jalen Hurts, I mean, he's balling. You can't deny it, but he's balling out. I was trying to find the one quote, but I think there was where Micah Parsons and Josh Sweat are neck to neck. When you look at Micah Parsons and Josh Sweat, they're neck to neck, man. And here's the thing. I think this is the game where if Micah Parsons don't show up, I think this is a long game for you. I feel like this is a long game for you. But when you see that Josh Sweat and Micah Parsons have the same stats, do you feel like that Micah Parsons, he's that defensive guy that has to step up to order to help your defense, or do you feel like it's DeMarcus Lawrence? Who's your best defensive player right now on your team?
It's Micah Parsons.
It's
Micah's our best defensive player.
Because I hear Cowboy fans telling me it's DeMarcus Lawrence, it's this guy, it's that. I just want to know. You know what I'm saying? Is it Micah Parsons?
It's Micah. It's Micah because of his versatility. It's Micah because Micah has the ability to be a pass rusher from any spot on the football. Micah can dominate anyone. Now, the only thing about Micah that bothers me a little bit, again, is a little bit of immaturity, if we're being honest. But when it comes to our best defensive player, I still say it's Micah. He's a candidate for Defensive Player of the Year. He's the best there is. And if I noticed you took the Jalen Hurts graphic down quick, because I could roll you with Jalen Hurts versus Dak Prescott, and you'd be shocked. You'd be shocked at what the statistics actually say.
Jalen Hurts is better than Dak Prescott. Jalen Hurts is already better than Dak Prescott. If he beats him, he's definitely better than Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott's not on Jalen Hurts' level.
Okay, so can you provide evidence to substantiate your claim?
Yeah, sure. Jalen Hurts was in the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts was a league MVP last year. He was a second-year All-Pro. He was leading, I think, wasn't he leading in touchdown passes last year as a quarterback in the NFC? I mean, dude, I could go on. Dak is 2-4 in the playoffs, and Jalen Hurts is made to the Super Bowl. How is he not better?
Is this 2022 or 2023?
It doesn't matter. He's clearly better. Okay. And this year, like, if you look at his yardage with Dak Prescott, I mean, I think that Jalen Hurts, you know, we can argue Dak Prescott and Jalen Hurts, but Jalen Hurts is having a better career than Dak Prescott. I think right now he's having a better. This season he's playing better than Dak Prescott right now.
This year?
In my opinion.
So the stats don't lie.
The stats do lie, though.
They do lie?
If your quarterback was so better than mine, then how come your quarterback's not 7-1? Just like my quarterback.
Because my quarterback has played better teams than yours.
How?
And my quarterback still has a better quarterback percentage than yours. He has a much higher quarterback rating than your quarterback does. My quarterback is better in pressure situations than yours, and my quarterback is fully healthy. So in this game on Sunday, my quarterback's better than yours.
I disagree with that one. I'm going to tell you why. I think that Jalen Hurts clearly better. I mean, dude, I feel like Dak Prescott's good, and I just don't think he's better than Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is right now, like I said, he's balling out. Against the Commanders, they try to make him throw the ball, and he threw the ball perfectly. He's balling out. And I can argue that Dak Prescott, you know, against physical teams, when they pressure him, he folds. You know, a good team that we just played was the Miami Dolphins. Y'all played some bad football team. You played the Rams, you played the Jets. You played you played the Jets, you played all those guys. You played the Giants, you didn't play nobody. You really didn't play nobody. You played the Jets. That was probably the only good defense you played, and you beat them. You did what you had to do. But I don't think the Rams were great. I don't. I think we beat them too. Mm-hmm. I just feel like we don't score a lot of points because we don't need to. We're not a flashy football team. We don't need to score points. But I feel like the Miami Dolphins said the same thing about their physical. They score a lot of points. We're better. Jalen ain't scoring that many, and they got beat. I feel like y'all underestimating this Eagles team. I feel like that the Dallas Cowboys are this pretty boys that score a lot of points, and really, to be honest, they haven't played a physical team, because when they play a physical team, well, they end up like the 49ers. They end up like the Cardinals. They end up like all these guys when they play physical. When you play physical with the Dallas Cowboys, they can't win. I just feel like we're too physical for y'all. I feel like we're going to beat y'all. I feel like we're going to take care of y'all. I feel like we run the ball on y'all, and you can't stop it. I feel like the game's over.
Do you know
Go ahead.
what team has given up the most passing yards so far in 2023? The team with the worst passing defense in 2023. Do you know who that is?
I mean, is it the Eagles?
No, actually, you're as far as yardage goes, you're actually decent. You're not good, but you're okay. You're right up there with the Commanders. The team that's given up the most passing yards and passing touchdowns this year is the Miami Dolphins. They can't guard the pass for crap. So you beat Miami. That's good.
But here's the thing: they weren't talking about their defense; they were talking about their number one offense.
I know.
Shut down the number one offense.
But we're trying to make an argument about Dak versus Jalen, and you're using Jalen's numbers against the worst pass defense in the league to substantiate your claim. And what I'm telling you is that the Dolphins have the worst pass defense in the league. So I'm kind of trying to negate that claim. And not only that, but I'll flip it and tell you that the best team defensively against the pass is the New York Jets. And it's really not even close. Nobody throws against the Jets. And when you don't throw the ball effectively, you lose. And that's why the Jets beat you. But Dak carved the Jets apart. He probably has 3/4 of their passing yards that they've allowed. So again, I say to you that this year Dak is playing better ball than Jalen Hurts against better defenses.
I don't think so. I don't. I think Dak Prescott is playing good football, but I feel like if anybody can really play better ball, it's Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is also right now. His offense not really. Like your quarterback right now with your offense, it has nothing to worry about. You have the same offense coordinator. You got the same defense coordinator. We have a new offense coordinator, and Jalen Hurts is still bailing him out. You know what I'm saying? Jalen Hurts is also you look at it. Jalen Hurts has won 6 straight while trailing by double digits. Your quarterback hasn't done that. So when your quarterback does that, then you can tell me that he's better than Jalen Hurts, but he has. And every time he's down, Dak Prescott struggles. The 49ers game, perfect example. Your defense came through. Your defense, I thought your defense played good. Your offense lost the game because of Dak Prescott. Jalen Hurts, when he loses games, not because of the offense. The Jets game, let's talk about the Jets game. It had to go for everything to be wrong for us to lose the Jets. It wasn't because Jalen Hurts was bad. Now, he was bad with the 3 turnovers. But receivers were dropping the balls. Kicker was missing a field goal. Jake Elliott don't miss field goals. The defense was giving him a lot of cushion. And now I feel like when you lose a lot of starters, also Sean Asad was missing a lot of starters in this game. You know what I'm saying? Y'all missing about what? One starter on your defense, the other one maybe in the linebacker that you drafted. That's the only one you lost, really, is Diggs, and that's it. You really have everything around you. So to me, when I look at it, I think Jalen Hurts is playing with less, and I think he's doing a hell of a job.
We have Diggs is out defensively. Overshown is out defensively.
Does that make sense to you, or that does not?
A little bit. A little bit. One of the issues, and I see your point, one of the issues I would have in making that point, if the tables were turned, is that my team has trailed a lot in double digits, and Jalen Hurts has had to bail me out. And when he is carving up the worst defense in the league, that's fine. But when you're playing a good passing defense, that might be an issue. Now, the Cowboys, I'm not going to sit here and say we're the best pass defense in the league. We're not. We're like middle of the pack. Your pass defense is way better than ours. But I will say this, that your pass defense has played some questionable at best offenses. And this, I'm not saying we're the best offense you've played, but I think we're going to surprise you a little bit. I know that the thing about this game that we have to put a microscope on is this is the NFC East, okay? The Cowboys know the Eagles. The Eagles know the Cowboys. So you can really throw all of the outer conference games out the window. We know each other very well. It's going to come down to what you said, physicality. It's going to be who can be more physical at the attack, who can win at the line of scrimmage, and you are good at both sides of that ball. But if and this is all hypothetical. We could sit here and it could be a blowout either way, and we don't know. We're just talking heads. But both quarterbacks have an ability, as that graphic shows, to come back if we're losing. Dak's done it. Jalen Hurts has done it. It's just a matter of who's going to have the ball last if it's going to be a close game. That's what it is. Time of possession.
So Jalen Hurts, when the Eagles are leading, his completions, according to shout to my guy, Philly Eagles Central, he posted Jalen Hurts when completion. This is true. 63.6 completions, 159 total yards, 6 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 67.0 rating. Jalen, when the Eagles are tied and trailing, completions, 702.7. 361 total yards, 13 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 1,118.7 rated. The man has turned into a different breed when the team needed him. Dak Prescott can never do that. He's never done that in my life. I seen Dak Prescott when he was down by 2 scores, fold and throw 4 picks against the 49ers team. No, man, he's not on Jalen Hurts' level. Jalen Hurts is clearly better than Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is a good regular season quarterback. When it comes to being down, trailing, he can't do it. He can't. Look at the 49ers game. Perfect example. Your defense was playing good. Your offense needed Dak Prescott to come through, and he threw 4 picks. He threw 4 picks. And I feel like if your defense don't turn over the ball, and I feel like we get, like, let's say we get 3 points, 3 touchdowns, like we're up 21-0, I feel like your quarterback ain't going to come through. I think my quarterback would, though.
So that is exactly why I just made the previous point that I made. I believe that if this was a court of law, I would have won the debate on which quarterback is playing better football right now.
But you just told me that Dak Prescott clearly is not better, because if he's better, then how come he can't win in clutch games? He can't.
What in 2023, what would you define as a clutch game?
I mean, when the 49ers game, why did he come through? He threw 4 picks.
Dak actually, yes, he threw 4 interceptions, yes.
So was that
3 out of those 4 had nothing to do with him. And Dak actually was probably the best player on the offense in that game. Now, that was a total team loss. We are not showing up to this football game. We've got our heads so far shoved up our rectums that we're not going to show up to San Francisco and we're going to get spanked. Is that going to happen to Philly? No, I don't think so. It could. I could totally be wrong. We might do the exact same thing in Philly on Sunday, but I don't want to say that because I don't believe it. If I believed it, I'd say it. But I think we're going to be ready. And if we're ready, it's going to be a good game. And I think that can get us where we need to be. And you're also assuming that you're going to get up 21-0 on us, which
I think we will. I think your defense, if they can't turn over the ball and they can't stop the running game, I feel like the game's going to be over. I feel like your defense has to turn over the ball. If you can't get to Jalen Hurts, you're not winning this game. If Micah Parsons does not get past Lane Johnson shuts him down, and we take Micah Parsons out the game, I feel like the game is over. Because all we're going to do is expose your secondary. Your defense has to take over the ball. That's why you're winning games. Dak Prescott's not winning games for you. Your defense is winning games. He's getting a comfortable lead, and he's winning games because the defense is giving him a comfortable lead so he can continue to play, whatever he needs to do to win. But when he's down by 3 or 4 scores, he struggles. When my quarterback is down by 4 scores, he comes through. That's why he's better than Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott struggles when it comes to winning in clutch moments. That's why he lost to the 49ers. That's why he lost to the Cardinals. Perfect example. When he needed to drop the ball down to beat the Cardinals, he threw a pick to Kaiser White. That's not clutch to me. Jalen Hurts don't throw that pick. He scores that touchdown. So to me, when I look at Dak Prescott, his defense is bailing him out. His defense is really helping him so he doesn't have to do too much, because they know if Dak Prescott has to throw the ball as many times as Jalen Hurts, he will fold, he will lose the game, and he will throw turnovers. I'm telling you, we're going to get 2 turnovers in this game, man. I don't think Dak Prescott's better than Jalen Hurts. And I think that when you look at the 2 quarterbacks, I think if any Cowboy fan who understand what is clutch, I think you would have to argue Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, guys like Josh Allen maybe, are the guys that are clutch. I don't think Dak is one of them. I just don't. I think if he doesn't have a comfortable lead, I feel like he will fold under pressure and he will not win the game for y'all. Your defense has to win. They have to get turnovers. They got to get interception. Look at the Rams game. They had to get a blocked field goal. A blocked field goal, an interception, and that's why the Cowboys really won, because Dak had a comfortable lead. When he has a comfortable lead, he does good. When he doesn't have a comfortable lead, he folds.
But before I continue, I apologize greatly, 301. I've done all the talking. Is there anything you'd like to say, man?
Oh, it's cool. I was saying the same thing. Like, it's a measuring stick game. The Cowboys will be ready. We are not overlooking this team at all. like you said, it's a division game. Like, we want to beat the Eagles. We don't like the Eagles, and the Eagles want to beat us. The Eagles don't like us. So, like I said, like, whoever have the ball last will win this game.
I mean, we hate y'all too. We want to beat y'all too. But I just think in Philadelphia, I think Dak Prescott's going to fold. I don't think that he's going to be the guy that y'all think he's going to be. I feel like if your defense does not win this game for y'all and you do not get a turnover and Dak Prescott has to win you the game, I just don't think he will. I just don't think he will. If you have to, let me ask you a question. If you have a choice right now, if you have a choice of what quarterback that you rather have to go in the game that can win you the game, like say you need a big clutch moment and you need a big clutch touchdown, do you trust Dak Prescott, and take the bias out of it, do you trust Dak Prescott or Jalen Hurts right now?
With assuming they have the same offense, correct?
Yeah, the same offense. Like if Jalen Hurts had CeeDee Lamb or he had Michael Gallup or Cooks, do you feel like Jalen Hurts can do the exact same thing Dak Prescott can?
With our offense, no. No, not even close. No way.
You don't think he can win with CeeDee Lamb?
Prescott? No, I absolutely do not think Jalen Hurts could run our offense. No way. There is no way. Dak is the only quarterback maybe in the league. I mean, there might be one or two that can run the offense like he does, but you have to understand how football offenses work in order to answer that question. Now, do I think that Dak Prescott could come run the Eagles offense? Maybe, but nowhere near as effective as Hurts can. Hurts can run that offense way better than Dak could. But I don't think Hurts can run our offense like that can.
Mike McCarthy, doesn't he run a West Coast offense?
So yes, he does. And that's been a problem because we switched to that this season. And Linehan is the offensive coordinator, but McCarthy calls the plays. And as I said earlier, what we struggled with against San Francisco was we haven't ran the West Coast very much. So even though we've had a few months to prepare, we still had a lot of hiccups. And Dak didn't say, okay, let's just look at the defense and read it and base it off of that. So when we played the Rams, that's what Dak did. Dak checked down of probably 80% of plays in that game because he realized, okay, we're running this West Coast thing. It's not working. We're not getting our playmakers the ball. So what I want to see is Dak making those pre-snap reads, reading the defense and checking out according to what our offense can give him. I don't know that Jalen Hurts can do that. I didn't see him do it at Oklahoma. I didn't see him do it at Alabama. I've seen him do it.
He made CeeDee Lamb the number one pick, though. Mm-hmm. Jalen Hurts was his best quarterback in college.
Yeah, for sure. And that's a great point. I'm glad you brought that up because Jalen Hurts is the first round pick, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Jalen Hurts definitely should have won it first. I mean, if you look at the other quarterback, I don't think Tua is better than Jalen Hurts. Jalen showed him he wasn't.
Yeah, I agree with you, but Tua's having one hell of a year, dude. I mean, Tua is awesome.
Yeah, so he did until he ran to the Eagles. The same thing, Dak Prescott's having a good year until he runs to the Eagles. It's all fun. Listen, I'm telling you right now, it's all great and fine until you run into that team that y'all think that is not as good as you think. You're looking at the secondary, you're like, oh, this secondary is trash. Oh, we're going to carve on. But I'm telling you, it's not going to be that. That defense, when it goes into big games, they are more adjusted than any other. Our defense corner adjusts quickly. Like, for example, the Dolphins game. The Dolphins start the same thing. They were making a rap video talking about they're going to come and beat Philadelphia. Yeah, like, dude, they learned the hard way that our defense adjusted to them because they looked at the Jets and they said, we're going to tear them up. And it didn't come to what they thought it was going to be. I feel like this game we're going to adjust to what Dak Prescott is. We're going to make it. You're going to have to run the ball. If you don't run the ball and you let Dak Prescott sit in the pocket and throw the ball, I think he's going to turn over the ball. And we got Dak Prescott's killer over in Philadelphia. Mr. Kevin Byard, he has 3 interceptions for Dak against Dak Prescott. You know he's going to want his 4th, man. He's going to want his 4th this time. I feel like he's going to get this Sunday. Tell me what you think about Kevin Byard coming to the Eagles and the Dak Prescott kill. How do you feel about us acquiring Kevin Byard?
Honestly, I'll put it this way: you needed to. You needed that badly.
Yeah, we did.
Dak Prescott in his career against the Eagles, since you like to bring up past years, his passer rating is 89 or 98.9. He has 19 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. He's 8-3 against Philadelphia. To put it to you in the kids' terms nowadays, he's your daddy. He owns you.
He ain't my daddy.
And well, he's your team's daddy, and that is with your defense that had the starters from last year, who especially your safeties are both gone. So you had to bring in Byard. You lost a lot of defensive starters. So you could come back and say that's not the same defense he's played. You're right, it's not. It's worse. So yeah, I think Dak is going to rip you apart if you let him. I really do, and the stats prove it. I have evidence to substantiate my claim.
I got evidence too that Dak Prescott don't win playoff games. I mean, I don't mean nothing, does it?
Is this a playoff game?
I mean, this right here is a playoff game because this is the only playoff game you're ever going to see.
Oh, it's a playoff
against
game,
the Eagles.
Playoff game in Week 8. Ladies and gentlemen, an NFL record, a playoff game in Week 8.
No. What I'm trying to say is Dak Prescott, this is his playoff game versus the Eagles because he ain't going to NFC Championship game. So this is the only time you get to see the Eagles. So you better make it a playoff game. Because we know Dak Prescott ain't going to make it past the division round. He hasn't done that.
Did you hear him say this is the only time we play the Eagles this year?
Yeah, I mean we play
y'all one more time.
Y'all. I don't worry about y'all.
This is like. It's like when you watch an elementary school kid play with his favorite box of crayons. You know, like you have no evidence whatsoever. You're calling this a playoff game in Week 8.
This is the point game, isn't it?
Bro.
No.
What do you mean it's not a point game?
When this game is over, the only result is going to be one team wins, one team loses. In Week 9, we both get to play.
The Eagles have a chance to clinch the number 1 seed.
In
We're
Week
7-1. If we make it 8-1, we clinch the number 1 seed almost.
In Week 8. This is a 17-week season.
What's your record right now?
Mind you, y'all still got the Chiefs and Bills.
That's also
unlike y'all,
true.
we can beat good teams, man. We play good teams and we beat them.
And the 49ers, even though they some shit right now, but y'all still
they beat y'all.
They can beat y'all too.
No, they didn't. They can't beat us. We play good against good teams. Y'all don't. This is the important game for Dak Prescott because this is his Super Bowl. If he don't beat the Eagles, he don't beat them in Houston. I mean, in your home, I mean, the next game we play y'all, it might not even matter. We might have the number 1 seed clinched.
Okay, so how many losses do you have?
1.
How many do we have?
Y'all have what? 2?
We have 2. So you're telling me you're going to clinch the division. If you don't win, you're going to clinch a playoff spot in Week 8 with 1 less loss than we have. That's your argument.
And if we're 8-1, who's going to top us for the number 1 seed?
In the NFC, again, it's a 17-week season.
No.
Anything could happen.
There's no one else's top us. So we win this game.
Okay.
We're 1 close away from winning the whole division.
Sure.
We might not have to worry about playing.
It would be the exact same in Week 9. It doesn't matter who you play. In Week 9, if you win, any game you win, you are 1 win closer to winning the division. That's how numbers work. So any game you play in the regular season, you either get 1 win or 1 loss. That's it.
So if you lose this game, what is your record going to be?
If we lose this game, our record would be 5-3.
Thank you. You're not winning the division after that. There's no way in hell you're catching up.
Okay. All right. So 5 plus 3 equals 8. 17 minus 8 equals 9.
You're gonna win all 8 games to catch up to us? If you're 5-3, then how are you going to catch up to us?
By that logic, if you believe that's true,
I do think it's true.
If you believe that's true, and let's say you win on Sunday, the division is clinched. No one's going to catch you. Why not rest all of your starters in Week 9?
Because we would have a bye week the following week then. We have a bye week after y'all.
Okay. So Week 10. Why would you not rest all of your starters in Week 10?
We will. And if we beat the Chiefs, what our record would be?
Oh, I can't do it. You're resting your starters in Week 10.
No. We have a bye week after y'all.
You're resting your starters for 7 games in a row.
When we beat y'all, hold on. When we beat y'all, we have a bye week. After a bye week, we play Kansas City.
If this is a playoff game and you clinch the division like you say you do, then why don't you rest your starters for the rest of the year after you beat us?
I'm just saying, when we play y'all again, it might not mean nothing then.
So rest your starters. Rest your starters after you beat us this week. If you beat us Sunday, rest your starters the rest of the season.
Let's see.
That's my question. Why don't you just rest all your starters? If you clinch the division, rest your whole starters.
We play y'all 425. We have a bye week. We got the Kansas City Chiefs, the Buffalo Bills, the 40. We got 3 games to win.
Mm-hmm.
We're 7-1. We win those 4. What is the record going to be?
Okay. Are you winning that with your starters?
Yes.
Why are you playing your starters if the season's already over?
I'm just saying, and then we play y'all. By the time we play y'all, I'm telling you, we might not be able to rest the starters because we already clinched the number 1 seed. So there's no point
in the number 1 seed. Why would you not rest your starters?
Look at the schedule. Look at the schedule. The schedule is right here. By the time we play y'all, it won't mean nothing because we will be already clinching the number. That's what I'm saying. Y'all are not even on. You're not even closer. If you were, let's say, if you were one win away from tying us up, okay, I get that. You're not that. Even if you do win this game, you're still not in the number 1. You're not even the number 1 division. You're not even in the number 1 division yet. We still have the number 1 division. We're winning this. We're still like we have the division already. So if you win, you're still not in number 1. You're not in first place. You have to win this game. If you don't win this game, we are going to win this division.
And you're going to rest your starters in week 10 because the division's over.
No, we're going to rest the starters when we play y'all.
We play you on Sunday.
After we beat you, we don't have to play y'all until how many more weeks?
Okay, but we're not talking about then. We're talking about now.
This is what I'm saying.
That Sunday's a playoff game.
Prescott.
You just told me Sunday's a playoff game.
Huh?
You just told me 10 minutes ago that Sunday was a playoff game.
Sunday is a playoff game for him because if he don't win it, he's not beating this Eagles team anytime soon. Where's he going to play him again?
Okay, so if that's true, rest your starters in week 10.
So you gonna be happy when you play backups?
I'm talking about your team. If you're telling me it's a playoff game and you won, you rest your starters starting in week 10.
You not understand what I'm saying? If we play y'all, we beat y'all. By the time we play y'all, we're going to rest our starters because we already locked up the division. The only time you play us again with the starters would be the NFC Championship, and we know your quarterback ain't going there because your quarterback don't win big games and playoff games. Correct?
Okay. And I'm saying that if that is true, I get what you're saying. I do. And if that is true, if you truly believe that, then you will rest your starters beginning in week 10 for the rest of the year. Because you've already won the division if you beat us.
We have to clinch the number 1 seed, though. We can win the division, but we still got to clinch the number 1 seed, so we have to win a couple more games. But at the time we play, we might have the number 1 seed locked up.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to say.
So it's not a playoff game.
It's a playoff game for y'all because you're not going to get past – you're not going to see Jalen Hurts ever again unless you go to the NFC Championship game.
Okay, so your point is that with one loss more than your team coming into this game, on a road game, by the way, if we don't win this game, it's a playoff game for us, but not for you, with one more loss than your team.
Because when we play y'all again, we might have our backups in. You might not see Jalen Hurts.
Okay, if you do that,
he's going to be rested.
But let's say that's true. Our schedule coming up is very easy. We have a lot of winnable games. If we do that and you rest your starters against us, we beat you in Dallas. That evens the series. You don't want to do that.
If you win those games, though.
Yeah, sure. But you are saying that if we lose this game, our season is over, and I'm telling you that we have other games to win.
I didn't say your season was over. I said you're not going to see us in the NFC Championship game because we know Dak don't win NFC Championship games. Or he doesn't go to the
Eagles are most likely not going. Let's be honest.
Okay, so this is the only time you really get to play Jalen Hurts. Last week, look at week 6, man. When you played this week 6, you had a chance to see Dak versus Jalen Hurts. Sure. What happened when we saw y'all again? We had Garner, Minshew. We had a chance to lock the number 1 seed. If Jalen Hurts plays that game, we might have won the number 1 seed. But I feel like we're not going to play you for a while because we're going to have Kansas City, we're going to have Buffalo, we're going to have the 49ers. Then we play y'all. That's 4 games that you're going to have to wait to see if Jalen plays. By then, we can lock up this division and the number 1 seed. Depends how the 49ers are. If they keep losing, the Vikings are not winning. They lost Kirk Cousins. Who's going to top us?
Did you remember the teams you just listed, right? The teams you listed were what? Buffalo, Kansas City, San Francisco.
Buffalo's not good. I just watched them. They're not playing their best football.
Not their best. No, they're a good football team though.
They're good football.
Thank you, me. The teams that we play between the time we play you now and when we play you next, we play the Giants. They're trash. We play the Panthers. They've won one game all year. We play the Redskins. They just had a fire sale. And our toughest game is Seattle. So tell me, substantiate your claim by telling me that you're going to beat those teams while we lose to these teams that we just mentioned.
But if we win those 4 and then you win those games, then we wouldn't be tied still.
No, that's true. I agree with you. I do. But your level, the argument I'm making is your competition in the next 4 weeks is way tougher than ours. So I don't believe that there's any way that the Eagles go into our second game with a better record than the Cowboys, regardless of what happens on Sunday.
You think by the time we play, you're gonna have the number one, you're gonna have the division.
Yes.
You're gonna be winning. You're gonna be having your first place in the division.
Yes, I do. Regardless of what happens Sunday, yes.
So, and ladies and gentlemen, the great Duke Bother said, by the time we play the Cowboys again, I want anybody to record this. By the time we play the Cowboys, you are going to have the division, and you're going to be the number 1 place in the division. That's what you're saying.
Yes. Based on our level of competition, yes, absolutely. We're going to kill the Giants. Right? We're going to kill the Panthers. We're going to beat the Redskins, and we might beat Seattle.
But if we win those games,
undefeated between the 2 games we play each other. You have Kansas City, Buffalo, and San Francisco to worry about. If you lose 2 of those 3 games, we're in first place.
If we lose 2, you better hope you lose 2.
Those are two of those teams are 2 of the 3 best.
According to y'all, we were supposed to lose to Miami. I guess we didn't lose to Miami.
Miami has the worst passing defense in the league.
Stop it, man. The Miami Dolphins had the number 1 offense. Would you stop making excuses for that? Come on,
Their
man.
passing defense is trash.
And they were still able to drop 40 points on every other team until they played us, man. Would you stop it? Don't sit there and try to take our win away.
I just substantiated that. When you played the Jets, the best pass defense in the league, you lost.
The Jets didn't beat us. We shot ourselves for the foot.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, so you don't lose games. It's we shot ourselves in the foot. I got you. So we shot ourselves in the foot against San Francisco. It wasn't Dak Prescott's fault. It was us. We shot ourselves in the foot.
We did. Did you see the missed field goal? Did you think Jake Elliott usually missed field goals? Do you see the drops, how many drops we had in the game?
Why did he have to go
wrong for us to lose the Jets? The Jets didn't beat us. We shot us up in the foot.
You pulled the Plaxico Burress and shot yourself in the foot. That's why you got you. Okay,
I mean,
got you.
We kind of did. We took a big shotgun and we shot us up in the foot.
That's our excuse then for San Francisco too.
No, you got blown out. You didn't shoot yourself in the foot. You got absolutely bullied on that team. The team literally bullied y'all. Your quarterback was trash. Your quarterback was suffocated. He threw balls that were not even close to receivers. Our quarterback threw the balls to receivers. They were dropping them. Your quarterback didn't do that. Your quarterback choked in the game. Don't even do that.
So did yours.
Your quarterback, no, that 49ers team out physical y'all.
Why did Jake Elliott have to kick the field goal against the Jets? Why weren't you up 20 points?
It wasn't. We were winning that game. We had the lead.
Yeah. By how many points?
Y'all didn't have the lead at all against the 49ers.
Mm-hmm. And that tells me that our defense was off against San Francisco. Not Dak Prescott. The defense was trash.
Dak Prescott had the ball and he threw 3 picks. What are you talking about?
The defense gave up all of those points.
How many times did Dak Prescott throw a pick and it was a pick that led to touchdowns? The only time he scored a touchdown was in the last minute of the game.
Based on watching the game, I would say 1.
What do you mean? What do you mean 1?
1.
He threw a pick. He threw 3 picks that weren't even near the receivers.
We've had this discussion already. One of those 3 was on him. The other 2 were not. But you're walking away from the fact that Jalen Hurts never broke free from the Jets. And that backs my argument that they have the best pass defense in the league. And you're playing defenses like Kansas City, San Francisco, Buffalo. Did you
just watch Kansas City lose to Denver Broncos? Did you just see the Denver Broncos beat them?
Yes, I did. Let's go. Way to go, Broncos. Woo!
So, I mean, the Kansas City Chiefs are not that good, man. The Buffalo Bills struggle to get – the Buffalo Bills, I think if you get pressure on Josh Allen, I think Josh Allen throws picks. I don't see him coming to Philadelphia on Kelly Green night and beating us. The 49ers, who's the quarterback? Brock Purdy? I don't think he's playing good football. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like this is the game where Dak Prescott has to win. If he does not win, I don't think there's another time where you're going to see Jalen Hurts and Dak Prescott into at least the playoffs. Because if we win those games that I just mentioned, we clearly have the number 1 seed locked up. Unless the Lions start getting better and they start winning and they look like unless they come through somehow and fight us for the number 1 seed, or unless the 49ers start winning with Chase Young and then their quarterback looks better and Brock Purdy looks like Joe Montana again. But I just don't see that. So this is a game where Dak Prescott has to win. And if Dak Prescott does not come through, you're not winning the division. And you don't see the Eagles into the least NFC Championship game. We know Dak don't win divisional games. So let's be real.
We just won one last year.
You won a wild card.
Oh, yeah, they're right. Wild card. You're right. You haven't
won a division.
I was thinking playoff game, but you said divisional. That's my mistake. You're right.
Dak is 2-4 in the playoffs.
Yeah.
He'll be 2-5 this year.
But having said all of that, what I see is a little plastic eagle flapping its wings on your head versus logic. And logic says there is absolutely no way in hell you guys are going to roll through the Bills, the Niners, and the Chiefs back to back to back. There's no way.
I mean, we rolled through the Dolphins.
What's the worst or the worst pass defense in the league?
But that's not what they told me. They told me that offense and that defense was so good.
The offense was good.
It was all fun and games until they ran into the Eagles, right? They're so good until they run to the Eagles, and now they're not good, man. This is what y'all do. You take away the Eagles win, right? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers were so good until they ran into the Eagles, and now they suddenly trash. The Minnesota Vikings were winning. They were talking about Justin Jefferson, this and that, and then they lose to the Eagles, and now they're trash. Stop it, man. Stop it.
They became trash when Justin Jefferson was out for the year and Kirk Cousins tore his ACL. That's when they became trash.
Kirk Cousins tore his Achilles, but yeah.
Justin
Jefferson, here's the thing, man. Like, yeah, we're not playing our best football. We're not blowing teams out. And here's the thing. We didn't blow teams out last year by 40 points. We blew teams out, but we didn't blow them out. Like, y'all blow teams out in the regular season, and you do nothing when it comes to playoff games. Jalen Hurts, when it comes to clutch games, and when he needs to win them, he does that. Your quarterback doesn't do that.
And you're backing that up by equating this to a playoff game. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm saying my quarterback goes and wins big games. Your quarterback can't.
Okay. So, but you did say we blow teams out in the regular season. This is a regular season game. This is not a playoff game.
Yeah, I mean, it's a regular season game to us, but this should be a more important game than for us. Because if you don't win this game, you're probably not winning the division. And you just said if the Eagles lose two, it's an if,
sure.
Right? If you don't beat the Panthers, because the Panthers can beat y'all. They run the ball on y'all.
That's good. No, continue. You're
good.
I like that. That's good.
You thought the Cardinals weren't going to beat y'all too, and they beat y'all.
I'll give you that one. They might be the worst team in the league, but they showed up on a game that we didn't, and that's the Cardinals. And
so what happens when you don't show up against the Eagles or the Panthers, man? Then what?
If we don't show up against the Eagles and we lose that game, then we are 2 losses behind you. And there are 3 games between our next meeting. And there's a big possibility the Cowboys win all 3 of those games and the Eagles lose all 3. Now, you're getting at me for hypotheticals. Everything you just said is a hypothetical. If the Cowboys don't show up, we don't know that. We'll know that Sunday, but I'll tell you this. You better hope and pray your team wins on Sunday, because if you don't,
you better hope and pray your quarterback don't choke.
Dallas. We absolutely will have the division lead when you play us. If you lose this game on Sunday, you will not have the division lead in Dallas. And we're going to beat you in Dallas. So this game is actually, in my opinion, more important for you than it is for us.
I think it's
based on the schedule.
Y'all. Because guess what? We're going to still be number 1 first place, even though we lose this game.
If you lose this game, yeah, of course. Yeah, I agree. You will. But
this game's going to tell everything about Dak Prescott. Is he a leader or is he a fraud? Because I think that you're running to bad football teams. I think you're blown out bad football teams. And I don't think you have played a physical team like us.
Okay.
We know you don't play good against physical teams. And we know that Dak Prescott, when it comes to him playing physical teams and physical defenses, he can't do it. The 49ers gave you a physical game and y'all blew it. The Cardinals were physical when they ran the ball. Hold up. The Cardinals were physical and they ran the ball on y'all, and you couldn't stop them. You think you're stopping the Eagles? You think you're I'm going to tell you right now, I think Deron Bland's going to look like a rookie this Sunday. I'm going to tell you right now, I think we shut down CeeDee Lamb, and I think we take away your number one seed, and I think Dak is going to give us 3 turnovers. I think we're going to I feel comfortable in this game. I don't think y'all that team. I really don't. I think you're beating on bad football teams. I think that you're looking great against bad football teams. The Rams are not good. Tell me the Rams are good.
I can't tell you that now.
They're not good.
No, they're not.
What team has the Cowboys beaten that is so good that's actually going to the playoffs? Because the Miami Dolphins going to the playoffs. The Jets ain't going to the playoffs.
Because the division they're in. I agree. Because the division they're in, they're not making the playoffs. I agree.
And they got the Dolphins. And if they were so good, they would have been. They can win games. They beat the Dolphins already.
Okay. The Dolphins have Tua. The Bills have Josh Allen. Who do the Jets have? The Jets defense is better than Miami.
Zach Wilson's doing pretty good.
He's doing okay. Yeah, but he's not Tua. He's not Josh Allen. But their defense is better than Buffalo's. Their defense is better than Miami's. But they got no quarterback. They got Breece Hall. That's about it. They got no offensive weapons whatsoever. That's why they suck. But their defense is dang good. What team has you
beaten that is good, though, man? You haven't beaten a team that's physical against y'all.
We beat the Jets. We beat the team that y'all lost to.
Y'all beat the Jets when they literally were switching quarterbacks, man.
Out of their defense.
You literally beat the Jets when they were just switching quarterbacks, man. You didn't even give
the quarterbacks play defense.
To play y'all, man. Stop it, man.
The quarterbacks play defense.
The Jets were just trying to find who they were. You beat them when they had no quarterback and they had no idea what Zach Wilson was going to be. If you gave Zach Wilson time in the pocket, he probably would have. If you gave Zach Wilson a little bit more time and they played y'all a little bit down the road, I think they would have beat y'all.
Do quarterbacks play defense?
I think the defense was also banged up, too.
That wasn't that banged up. I mean, the unit that their defense has is phenomenal, no matter who's on the field. And Dak torched them. Your quarterback lost to them. But I will concede to your point that the Cowboys beat up on bad teams. I'll concede to that because the Giants are a bad team, and we whipped them. We beat up on bad teams. You're helping me with my point because the next 3 teams we play after you are all bad teams. And if we do whip up on them like you say we do, we're going to win 3 games in a row. So if you don't win this game on Sunday, what?
You better hope the Eagles lose 2 of those.
Sure. But if you lose this game, we are going to have the division lead when you play us in Dallas. And if we beat you in Dallas, we sweep you.
You got to win this Sunday to we didn't even have a chance.
Sure.
Because if we win those 3, we clearly are going to wrap up this division. Come on, man.
That's
let's have some context in the game, man. You got to hope the Eagles lose 2 out of those 3 for you to have a chance.
And you will. If you don't lose 2 of those 3, if you lose 1 of those 3 games and beat the other 2 teams, I will take you seriously. If you beat 2 out of those 3 teams, I will take you seriously. Right now, I can't do it because the Eagles have not impressed me all season long. I've never seen a moment where I've said, man, this team looks good. Cowboys, I've seen the we look good moments like Sunday, and I've seen the we look like trash moments like San Francisco and Arizona. What team's going to show up? Your team doesn't have those we look good moments. It's just, hey, we barely squeaked by. Or, oh no, we missed a field goal to lose to the Jets.
You haven't had those good moments.
Who the Eagles got after the Chiefs?
We got the Bills and the 49ers.
I see y'all losing 2 of those.
I don't think we're going to lose any of those.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I'm sure about that. I know my football team. I don't think you know who your quarterback is. I know my quarterback comes through in big games. Your quarterback don't. That's why your quarterback can't win divisional games. He doesn't win big games. This is a big game for him.
Are y'all playing the Chiefs in Philadelphia or Kansas City?
Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. Y'all are goner.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see. Y'all said we were going. 3-1 Cowboys said we were going against the Dolphins, and he looked really upset when we beat them.
Yeah, you win games you're not supposed to win sometimes. I understand.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't shock me if we beat y'all. We beat the Chiefs. We beat the Bills. We beat the 49ers, and you sit there on the panel and you tell me you're gonna win a division by the time we play y'all. Is that what you're saying?
Is the Bills game in Philadelphia?
Yeah, they're coming to Philadelphia.
Yeah, a couple of them are in Philly. If you're asking me if you win the next 3 games, you're saying if you win the next 3 games, am I saying that you'll be second in the division? Is that what I'm trying to understand the question? What can you say the question again?
I'm trying to tell you that if the Eagles win those 3, and you lose this Sunday, because I think you underestimate how big this game is for Dak Prescott.
Sure.
Dak Prescott has never played an Eagles team that is fully healthy. This is the first time he's played with Jalen Hurts when he has fully healthy offense. When Jalen Hurts is actually fully healthy, as possible as he can be. The last time he played a team that was an Eagles team that meant something, that the game that meant something, he lost to a practice squad.
Right.
Your quarterback don't win big games, and this is the game that can change the division. If he wins this game, he now has a chance to say, you know what? I went to Philadelphia. I beat this Eagles team. I beat a team that actually has everything healthy. Because right now, when you look at Dak's record, he's beating guys like Nate Sudfeld. He's beating guys with Carson Wentz with bad defenses and all that shit. He's never been a quarterback that meant something. He's never beaten Jalen Hurts when it meant something. The time he beat Jalen Hurts was his first time as a full quarterback, starting as a full-time season. I'm sorry, first time as a full season quarterback in 2021.
Okay.
The Eagles have a chance to win a division. If you don't think that Jalen Hurts is going to be ready for this game and going to show it, and also we got to understand something too. Michael Parsons opened his mouth already. He already talks. So you better hope your players back it up. It's not you better back up. It's your players better back up what you're saying.
Sure.
Because you're telling me that if you lose this game, you think the Carolina Panthers can't beat you. Listen, the Carolina Panthers are playing bad, but they just won the first game as a team.
Yeah, against Houston.
So you know they're going to have momentum going in.
Against the second best team in Texas. Yes, they did. I agree.
So, I mean, dude, like, you never know. It's every given Sunday. Every time that y'all think that you're better than someone, we find out you're not. Just like the Dolphins. They thought that we're going to be easy cake, and they walked in, they learned the hard way. It's every given Sunday. Every week it changes. Y'all running into a team that I think you don't understand what's going to happen. Y'all looking at Jalen Hurts, you're saying, I'm not impressed with them. The Dolphins thought the same thing, and they learned the hard way. Now they're going to blame the refs. I'm sure you'll blame the refs after this Sunday when we beat y'all, because that's what y'all do. You blame the refs. You blame this. You blame that. I just want to know, when you lose this Sunday, will you give the Eagles their credit?
First of all, I have a lot of answers for you. First of all, you said that I will blame the refs on my channel because that's my excuse.
I'm saying the Cowboys fans will blame the refs.
Okay. Well, be that as it may, when you talked about Dak's record against the Eagles, you made a lot of excuses as to why he's not beating your team at full strength. It's a double standard.
He played against the Eagles.
So you can make excuses and we can. I understand. Now, I'm not going to do that on my channel. But your question is, first of all, if you win, will I give the Eagles credit? Yes, I always give credit when we lose to the team that beats us, regardless of how it happens. Okay. So if you win, yes, I will eat crow. I will give you credit. If you, you never finished your other question, but you asked me something about if you win the next 3 games you play after us. If you win those 3 games,
we play the Kansas City Chiefs away. We play Buffalo at home at 425. Kelly Green. Okay, we have the 49ers at home. I think we're going to win those 3.
If you
I think Kansas City right now, I don't think is better than the Eagles. I don't. I think Kansas City Chiefs right now are, if you take away Travis Kelce, and we saw this, if you take away Travis Kelce and you make Mahomes, if you can get pressure on Mahomes, the way Denver Broncos did, they got pressure on Mahomes.
Sure.
And Mahomes turned it over. I think that's winnable. I think the Bills are winnable. I think these teams are winnable that you can beat. Yeah. Y'all talking about that we're gonna lose 3. I don't think the Bills are so good. I don't think they're great. I don't think they're good football. I think they're a good football team. I just don't think they're better than the Eagles. I think everybody sleeps on us because we're not blowing teams out, which we're not. We're not blowing teams out like y'all. You're scoring 40 to 50 points. Congratulations. But when it comes to being physical teams, y'all can't win those games. And this is a physical team you're going against. A.J. Brown is physical when he catches the ball. Your corners are not good against physical receivers. Look at Debo. Look at Ayuk. You couldn't stop them. They were able to gash y'all. You're bad against tight ends. Dallas Goedert's a physical tight end. If you don't tackle him, he's able to break free. He can score touchdowns. Jalen Hurts, one thing about him is he can take what the defense giving him, and he can find a way to create things that are not there. You also didn't understand. You also missed the point with the Jets game. The Jets, we didn't lose the game because of Jalen Hurts. We lost the 3 turnovers didn't help, but we lost the game because this defense did not come through. The defense didn't play great. We allowed Zach Wilson to sit back all day and throw in the pocket. We didn't get pressure. We also lost starters in the game too. We didn't have Jalen Carter, which you failed to realize that Jalen Carter wasn't playing that game. Okay, Jordan Davis, I don't think was playing that. I think Jordan Davis was playing. Jalen Carter wasn't, and Jalen Carter is playing this game. We get our defensive tackle. I think it's our best defense tackle on a football team, along with Hassan Reddick.
All right.
So I feel like that your defense. I feel like your defense not better than ours. When it comes to our Eagles team, I feel like we're physical enough to beat y'all. You're not played against a physical team like us. You played the 49ers and you got beat. You played the Arizona Cardinals, who actually were running the ball, who were physical, and they beat y'all. You can't handle physical teams. That's something Dallas struggles with. The tight ends are on our team are physical. How are you going to stop Dallas Goedert? Your struggle against tight ends. Even last week, I think the tight end was gashing y'all, wasn't he?
Last week I don't remember. To be honest, that's a game that I've already put
But
behind me.
I know you struggle against tight ends, but
back to the original conversation, the third attempt to finish the question. You asked me if you win all 3 games after our game, would I give you credit? If you win all 3 of those games, I'll make you a deal. If you win all 3 of those games, Buffalo, San Francisco, and Kansas City, I will, if you want me to, if you'll have me, I will come back on this stream, if you invite me, and I will crown the Eagles as the best team in football.
We go back and forth, but I respect for you, man. You know, it's all love at the end of the day. I don't take these personal. I love division trash talk. I love that. I thrive off that. I don't get butthurt over it. I like it. I know we get intense sometimes. That's how you come. I have to match the same energy as you do, because I know you're going to bring your A game. One's going to bring his A game. I got to bring my A game too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can't sit back and let you talk over my. I can't sit. I let you back. I want to bring my A game too. So I'm going to bring the fire too. But yeah, I'll let you always come. You're always welcome back, man.
All right. Well, if you do that, if you win all 3 games, I will come onto your channel. You can invite me, and I will crown you as the best team in football. No questions asked. The absolute best team in football. Now, if you lose one of those games, okay. If you lose 2 out of 3, I would like to invite you to my channel on the Monday night so that you could admit that you're not the best team in football. And you don't have to say who is. You don't have to say, oh, Buffalo's the best team. Oh, Kansas City's, but no. Just come on and say we're not the best team. That's it. That's the deal I'll make with you.
Like a deal.
Lose 2.
That sounds like a deal.
Okay.
That's why that Chipotle bet with where you're hiding.
we got another good one coming up for this game too. So
I don't got money.
That's gonna be a good bet.
Yeah, that's where you hiding is already pulling a fake sickness game.
Yeah, it didn't take him long, did he? I think what it is he just he watched the Rangers win the World Series and he's got a stomach ache now. You know, being a Phillies fan, he's like, you know.
I'm an Orioles fan, man. I hate that.
Oh, sorry about your luck. I'm just glad we won one, man. But hey, listen, it's been a lot of fun, and I want to make one more point too. Is that you talked a lot about division trash talk. I've been doing this for 17 years. Yeah. I've been doing this for a long damn time, and you've got to have thick skin to do this. That's why I came up here, because I know what you do.
We got to do it next time on your channel, man.
Okay.
Next time
for sure.
We're going to do it on your channel.
This is what we need. I mean, we need more mutual dialogue between.
We could have had where you're hiding, because I don't like to be an only Eagle fan. I feel like I'm getting crowded with 2 Cowboy fans down below. I don't like that,
man. For sure.
I feel like you're getting up on me, man. You know that's how I wanted my guy.
Bro, just know if we beat y'all, I'm gonna be perping the whole week, bro.
Oh, I know you'll be perping. I got your messages. I saved them on purpose.
and whatever happens,
bro, I'm gonna be unbearable.
Don't worry, 3-1 Cowboy. I got your messages. I saved them too, so you better hope you win this game.
Yeah. And whatever happens, we'll be live on Monday night on my channel, Monday Night Mayhem. So we'll talk about beating you, or we'll cry about losing to you. Either way, we'll be live. I'll give you crow, or I'll be having a party. We'll see what happens. But anyway, I gotta go. But thank you for having me on. It's been a lot of fun.
For watching, for sure. If hit that like button, man. Hit that like button. Hopefully y'all enjoy it, man. We could have done a little bit in the beginning. We came in late, but next time we definitely plan it so we all at the same time be there.
Yeah,
man.
for sure. Just remember, I'm an hour ahead, so it's 9:20 now my time.
Yeah,
so
for sure. I forgot you were in the
it's all good.
different.
Hey, 301. Hey, much love to you, bro. Let's go, Cowboys. Let's get this win, baby. All right, we'll see you guys later.
Have a great day.
Great Duke Bothers, and I'm out.
All right, bro. I'm about to go get me something to eat, and then I got a bomb.